For the next movie myth, Tori, Carrie, and Grant will have to really aim up.
What you got for us, Jamie?
Well, this is a classic myth, and it involves a guy that's trying to get through a door. The door's locked, so he pulls out a handgun and shoots the lock, and presto, he's inside.
Jamie's right. Come crunch time in the movies, poppin' locks is a popular plot device. Kurt Russell might be in big trouble in Little China, but he knows freedom is just a shot away. On the big screen, a heavy padlock cannot withstand hot lead.
So I guess we get a bunch of locks and some solid wood doors?
Then we get to open up the Mythbuster arsenal.
Yeah, well, looks like you guys have it well in hand, so have fun with it, huh?
Grant's off to pick some locks. Well, choose some locks. You know what I mean. He puts the lock myth to the locksmith.
In action movies a lot, what they do is they take a guy and like, oh, I gotta get in. I gotta get into this room. And they shoot the lock, and it goes boom, and then they kick the door down. I mean, have you heard of this myth? Is this something that happens in the real world, or is this just in the movies?
The quality of the lock makes a big difference. The caliber makes a big difference. You shoot it with a 9mm, it's not going to have the effect of a .45. You shoot it with the .357, it's going to have a lot more impact. It's going to do more damage. A wood door actually might pop open.
Sounds like Justin's put a bit of thought into this.
Part of our job as a locksmith is to figure out ways to defeat it.
And he let slip a couple of trade secrets.
Like if you shot the bullet here, it's going to be the most effective. You want to wipe out the latch or wipe out the bolt. But that's not what happens in the movies.
Yeah, see, in the movies, you come up to it and you say, okay, well, there's the lock.
Yeah,
and
they shoot it
right
right
there.
here and usually pop in the door,
So, in all these movies, they're shooting in the wrong place.
You all, yeah.
Grant walks out with more locks than you'd find at a hairdresser's convention. Meanwhile, Tori's window shopping for doors.
Sounds solid, but look, it's got the handle in it already. We already have a lock in here. We're halfway there.
Back at HQ, Tori builds a mount for each door.
Anybody want to talk to me? I'll be in my office.
That fits Grant's padlocks and deadbolts.
Call me paranoid.
We've seen a setup like this before. In our last Hollywood special, Adam and Jamie tried a little breaking and entering. Jamie did the entering, and Adam did the breaking.
So all the doors are done. This one right here, it's a solid core wood door. We have 5 of these kind of cheaper deadbolt locks, and then we have a really nice, sturdy, heavy-duty deadbolt lock. We're going to try to shoot those out. I have another solid wood door with cheaper hasps, cheaper locks. This is probably going to be our best bet, is shooting these guys off. Be the easiest, in my opinion.
Now, in the movies, they always blast locks from close range. Our gunslingers will have to do the same, but to guard against flying shrapnel, they'll have some protection.
What I have here is a piece of the bulletproof glass. I've cut a hole in it so we can stick the barrel through the hole, and then this will adjust up and down this track so we can raise it to each of our locks.
Soon we'll see if this movie myth is bang on target or shot down in flames. At the Chabot Gun Club, a familiar face is waiting. Every time the Mythbusters go ballistic, Sergeant A-Lin Normandy is on hand.
Before we start shooting, as is always the case when we play with guns, we always talk about these safety rules.
And it's just as well, because they've brought an entire armory with them.
We're starting with the 9mm handgun, then moving up to a .357 Magnum,
And if they don't work,
then a 12-gauge shotgun, and finally the big boy, the M1 Garand.
first the 9mm. All the padlocks on this door are identical. We're locked and loaded.
Take a deep breath, line up your sights.
Carrie pumps 3 rounds into the padlock. Anyone getting through that door?
All right, it's still working.
You hit the bottom here, and it's ripped it a little bit, but the lock is still secure.
In fact, the key still works.
Standard lock has been shot 3 times in 3 different places, side on, front on, and on the corner. Still works perfectly. It doesn't open without the key.
9mm, no good.
The shooting shield is raised to the next lock. This time, Carrie will use the .357 Magnum.
357, 158 grain, flat tip.
Dirty Harriet blasts away.
In 3, 2, 1.
The lock is battered, but still won't budge.
It's not even fitting. Well, it didn't shoot the lock off, but you found a way how to ruin locks. Shoot them. Okay, this still works.
It's early days, but already this Hollywood myth isn't looking very high caliber. Next, a door studded with deadbolts. Can Carrie's handguns aim up this time?
9mm on deadbolt.
Still works.
So let's move on to the 357.
Once again, those point-blank pistols have come up empty.
I mean, it's definitely loosened up a lot. But the lock itself, still working.
Handguns are not the key. So what sort of firepower does it take to access all areas? It's time to bring out the big guns.
I'd encourage you guys to get back a little bit, because this is where you're going to have bouncing bullets.
This time, Grant's our sharpshooter.
Okay, so this is 12 gauge slug, 1,600 feet per second. Everybody ready?
He takes aim at another standard padlock.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, yeah!
Wow!
Got all of that one.
Yeah!
Deer slug, I like it.
Hang on, sure, there's plenty of damage, but the lock still seems to be attached.
Still working.
There is no. Ah!
Nice!
Deer slug
Confirmed.
breaks the locks off.
Now the M1 Garand.
Okay, this is 30-06 high-power rifle round in 3, 2, 1.
Wow! Went right through the door jamb.
Wow!
Oh, yeah, I think that does it. What do you guys think?
No, I don't think we even have to check. I can pretty much tell that the lock's been blown apart.
Oh my
Okay.
God!
What about a deadbolt? Can it survive Grant's heavy artillery?
12 gauge shotgun slug into deadbolt in 3, 2, 1.
Yeah! Blew
I
that thing
think
through
it works!
the deer slug
Yeah.
seems to be the winner of the day.
That's the one.
And the M1 Garand?
In 3, 2, 1. I think
Well,
that's how we do that, huh?
I would have to say that the M1 Garand works.
Talk about overkill. The rifles might have destroyed the locks, but pull the trigger from that distance without protection, and you'd be showered with shrapnel.
Even behind the ballistic panels, our crew got sprayed with a little bit of shrapnel, so it's definitely not something that you do practically.
So what happened? Fill me in.
Handguns busted.
The shotgun and the M1 Garand, plausible.
You know, you really don't recommend this, right?
No, definitely not. There are many easier ways to get into a door, so don't do it.
Besides the fact that it's totally impractical and the ricochets could kill you or injure you.